All right, and we're live. How's it going, everyone? Welcome, welcome. All right, so in today's stream, I'm not sure if you can notice it, but I've changed the quality a little bit. So you let me know if everything's okay. All right, so YouTube doesn't allow me to pick the ultra low latency for my streams because now I'm streaming in. Lane, how's it going? Oh, that's good, man. That's good. Yeah, so YouTube doesn't allow me to use the ultra low latency because I'm right now streaming in 1440p. But I guess even if it's not in ultra low latency, I guess it's still gonna be okay, right? It looks good. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad. All right, so today's menu, I think we're gonna take it chill and just design the errors playground. Uh, yeah, I think we need to put something down in Figma first, so we have like an idea of how things are gonna look like and all. So I got a couple of things. The name of this project might change. I call it Errors Playground right now, but I'm also looking to explore some other ideas. So like Errors Playground can be the code name for the project, but like on when we deploy it, we can actually change the name and work around something like Error Dex or like a spin on Rolodex, but for errors, or Errorpedia, like a Wikipedia for errors, right? But yeah, I'm gonna create a poll on Twitter, on LinkedIn, basically everywhere, and see what people think, about which name sounds, I don't know, the best. So that's one thing, and the second thing is that I might have some support from the creative team at Sentry for like a logo, thumbnails, whatever it is. So yeah, if we take this project and basically go basically just grow it into like an open source project, with contributions and everything, we might even get more support from other teams at Sentry. But yeah, right now we're just figuring it out, uh trying to see what this could become. And yeah, all right, let's dive in. I got Figma right here. I can't zoom in on the UI itself, so you might not be able to see the colors, like the hex codes and everything, but it's all right. And I also have the website here. So I was thinking at the top, maybe we can add, let me just zoom in here because I can. I was thinking at the top, maybe we can add something like breadcrumbs. So for example, here's the index page, and this is the React, a link to the React error. So when we click on this, we list all of the React errors here. And for example, there's the missing key prop. So we can see now we are in the /React page. So missing key prop is here. When we click on this, that's when we get the actual error, right? So these are the three levels of navigation. We have the index page that lists all of the frameworks that we have errors for. Then we have the framework page that lists all the errors that belong to that framework. And then we have the error page, which just renders the markdown that we have defined in Astro, right? So this is pretty much it. I don't think we have anything. I don't think we have anything more. Um, so yeah, I think we can add some breadcrumbs on the top, just so we know where we are. Maybe like we'll leave a place for a logo or something like that. Is this error playground going to be for multiple? No, it is going to be for multiple. My idea is to, as I mentioned, like build an error dex. Even Android and Flutter, If we can, if we can find a way to somehow demonstrate. I know there's Flutter for web. I believe we can, embed. Actually, no, we're not gonna embed them. So the idea is to, let me open Kitty and I'll show you. Okay, we have a monorepo. I'm gonna zoom in. We have a monorepo where we only have one package, and this is the doc site. So the whole documentation is going to take place here. So in the content, we have errors, we have React. So we'll just build out all of the frameworks, right? If we want to add Android, we'll just, do Android, and then inside we can say, I don't know, null pointer exception dot md, and now we're explaining the null pointer exception. Yeah, and that's pretty much the doc site. And now there are two cases. Let me just delete this one. Now there are two cases where errors, because aside from just explaining the error, I do want to include it, like try to reproduce it. And we might have like issues with Android because we can't really reproduce Android errors within the browser, right? Maybe there was like a way. Oh, that was for React Native. We can use Expo for React Native to try to put it there, but I don't know. Right now, all of the time that I spent in thinking about this project has been for web. So I haven't thought much about mobile frameworks, just for the web. But if we find an interesting way to document and also reproduce or showcase errors in mobile, that would be really beneficial. Two different types, one where you can have an interactive playground, and the other types are article based. Yeah, I was thinking about how do we export, or like how do we get the examples that are going to reproduce certain errors. So within the packages, we're gonna, for example, for React, we're gonna have one more package, and it's gonna be called React. And because I'm using Astro in the doc site, I can actually go and add, and I already did. I've added a React integration, which means I can use React components within the doc site. So my idea is, for React, for Vue, for Solid, for example, we can just export those components from their packages right here, and then get into the doc site, get into the content, for example, here, and just import it and use it. So like import missing key prop error from, and then we can say like at errors playground / React, because it belongs within the React package, right? This is in Markdown. It should have been MDX. So let me just add an X over here. And of course, now my LSP doesn't pick up the, it's 0 clients. Beautiful. But yeah, when we can actually export the error itself as a component and just use it here, missing key prop, like this. So when we do this, of course, now we can't find the module because the project doesn't exist into the monorepo, but it is actually going to render it inside. So that's one way of reproducing, or like bringing in the errors. And we can actually do that for React, for Vue easily. Just export it as a component. Within that component, you reproduce the error, and we can also like inspect element to see, everything inside. But then the other one is, what if we're trying to explain, I don't know, next.js SSR errors? In that case, we can't really export something or like embed it in an iframe. We should, in that case, just put a link at the bottom that will navigate the user to a certain page, which is going to be a full page of the error. And in this case, could be like the SSR error, right? And that's going to be on a different deployment So for example, we have the doc side here. Imagine if we have like a React that's going to export components, but if we have a next.js, that's actually going to start a different server, and that link is going to the URL, or like the link within the doc site, is going to point to that specific page within that deployment, right? So that's how I think right now, because not everything can be exported as a component and be reproduced in a different page. We also want to cover Angular, and the Angular examples, they will all be just separate deployment, but they'll be documented here in this repo. So we have a like one project, a centralized way to define the errors and like the documentation, but then the actual reproducing and like the actual interactivity would happen in a different project. So that's what I think right now. And yeah, I think that that'll be a decent way to document stuff. And yeah, right now I think to take a chill and just, try to design the page basically. Okay, so because of the page, because of the page's nature, we're going to be basically, as Lane said, we're going to be posting articles that explain the errors. I think we should have a layout grid. We should define like a layout grid with I was going to say one column at the center. The width is going to be, I don't know, 1280. Is that an, or like 1440? I think that would be too much. My idea is to try to keep it as like 80 characters width. Let's see this. If I go to the div right now, you can see that the max width is 1280. What if I do max width about 80 characters? It's going to be around 812 pixels of width. Yeah, 812.8. Or 813. I'm thinking about this because the max width of 80 characters, is, I think, good for articles, because it makes the text a bit more readable. But I guess we can stick with 1280. Let's actually stick with 1280. 1440 I think is way too much, because it's going to be a really simple website with not a lot of, layouts and things going on. Okay, so here's the layout. Of course, it's going to be just a simple white background. We want to define some navigation bar at the top. We'll put it here. We're going to define an auto layout. Now we have wrapping. Oh yeah, by the way, have you seen in Figma? We can actually define wrapping. So when we add items and when we basically decrease the width, we can actually wrap the items now, which is going to be pretty cool. Can't wait to use it. All right, so I'm going to put this to auto, so we spread out the items. I'm going to place them at the center. Padding, I'm not going to have any padding. There's a new button here. What is this? Oh man, I can define my, this is beautiful. I can define my spacing, like padding, and use it in a library. This is really cool. Really, really cool. Okay, this is somehow defined. I can say errors playground now. You know what? Actually, we're gonna define at least like maybe 16. Yeah, let's go with 16. 16 pixels vertical. And this is gonna be like this is gonna be the logo, so I'm just gonna leave it 24. Inter is okay. Let's go with semi-bold, and it's okay. So this is going to be wrapped with a new 16. Yeah, also the iOS, right? iOS defaults to 16 pixels. Apply variable. Yo, Figma has variable spacing now. This is really cool. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to define the spacing between these two here. And you know what we're gonna do? Check this out. So bring this back to 16. I'll make the parent vertical. This is going to be regular. You know what? Actually, check this out. I want to do this. I'm going to create a frame outside of it because we're going to create a component here. The rule 4. Yeah, me too. As you mentioned, as you noticed, like we have 16 right here, 12. The font size is 16. Everything is like around 4, right? It's divisible by 4. So check this out. React, right? We have React here. We also want to add like a little caret icon. So I'm just gonna draw one like this real quick and figure out, you know, if you want to use a library later on. But I'm actually going to define this as an auto layout. Keep this at 12 pixels. This is definitely not gonna be 32. It's like way too much. Maybe 12 with like 8. Yeah. So we got 12 by 8. Let's figure out. I'm gonna put some, yeah, this looks good. Some corner radius. I'm gonna add a stroke as well. Why not? It's gonna be inside. And now let's figure out the colors. I have some colors here in Notion that Sentry uses them, but I'm just gonna paste them here. Okay. Okay, so we have the violet, we have the purple, we have the pink, we have the flame. Flame is a really cool color. Check it out. Really cool color. We got gold. Then we have light violet. And this was violet, so let's define the light. And also the dark. Something's making me put the dark one here. Yeah. Let's actually do this. Then we have light purple over here. And of course, dark purple. I'm gonna define all these as like components, as a color styles. But I think it's worth taking the time to just grab the, you know, just grab the palette and have it here. Light flame. If you're chatting, I might not see the messages because Notion is on top of the chat, so I'm not ignoring you, just trying to grab these as fast as I can so you guys don't bore you to death. Maybe I should have done this before the stream. I always say that. Like, I should have done this before the stream and I never actually do that. Okay, now we have rich backgrounds. And now we have gray background. And additionally, we have a cyan a cyan color. we can't see that. We need to see that. And a blue one. And also a green one. Okay. So let me, there we go. Violet. You know what? I'll just keep them here. Let's define them later, if we actually need to. So I'm thinking we can use the purple color in this case. So for the stroke, and I'm just gonna use violet. Sorry, purple. And also this black color as well. And for the background, I'm gonna use the light one, but I'm gonna tone it down really. I guess something like this. But while we're here, you know what? Actually, let's change the fill to be the purple dark instead of the ordinary. Yeah. So this is gonna be like our drop down. So when we click on this component, we have a drop down of all the frameworks, so you can navigate between them here. So let's see, framework picker, right? We can create this as like a component, and then go here, and in place of the errors playground, I'm just gonna place this thing. There we go. I believe it's gonna look nothing like this when we actually start to, you know, build it out, but still. Okay, what I want on the right side is probably links, right? Like a GitHub link, etc. So let's actually add those here. So here's the GitHub. Links can be just like a plain text, and when we hover on them, we can just change the color. Like nothing complicated really. What else do we have? What else do we have aside from the GitHub? I don't think we have. I think we can just leave it as GitHub, right? Okay, let's leave it as just GitHub. We have the framework picker right here. Later, if we implement search functionality, we can also add that's, you know, search icon at the top right there. Okay, but this is the index page, and I kind of like what we've done on the index page with these cards. We might just, you know, do something else with them, do something else with the cards. But let's see. We have the light gray background, so we can actually use that for the background. And when we add the cards, these ones. Oh wait, you know what? Instead of Inter, I'm gonna use Rubik. Okay, there's this Rubik. And Inter to Rubik semi-ball. There we go. Okay, so let's create the cards for the framework. So I'm gonna add a frame. We're gonna add a picture at the top. This has like 6 corner radius. Let's bring that up to 6 as well. It's gonna have like white background, so it does have like an offset with the background. And inside we're gonna add, I'm just gonna grab this SVG, put in a new tab, There we go. I'm just gonna grab this SVG and add it inside. Something like this. And then also add the actual label. So this is Rubik. We're gonna use semi-bold in this case. Okay, I'm gonna actually just go back. So this card has 16 pixels of padding. We're just going to add auto layout to the whole frame and define 16 both vertically and horizontally. And in between them, we have how many? We have 8. So I'm going to define this as 8. And there we go. There's pretty much the card. Okay, we could like bother and adding the different icons, but for now, we're just not gonna put all of these things. Okay, so let's see. Framework card, I'm gonna create a component, but I'm also going to add a text property, which is going to be the name. By default, we can call this React, and then select on the actual label. And then right here, I'm not sure you can see this, there's like an applied text property. I'm just gonna put it here. Cool. So now we can define a new section right here, which is going to be the grid that holds frameworks. Like this. So I'm gonna define auto layout, and this time I'm gonna actually use wrap, which is gonna be pretty cool. Let's see how much spacing are we leaving. So I'm just gonna copy the element and paste it here. Actually, we don't leave any spaces, I can see. Yeah, we don't have any space between them defined. Okay, well, you know what? 12. 12 is the lucky number, so let's do 12. Padding is going to be 0. And this is the flow that we're looking for. So let's add an instance of our framework card inside. So if I duplicate this and put it over here, we should actually see all the items automatically going into the second row. Cool. But the cards are, I think they're way too small, so I wanna make them bigger. About 94 by 120. And this one is about 106 by 140. We're pretty much here, but let's just make them bigger. I'm gonna see what 24 does. In terms of the image, 62 is not really a value that we want to stick to, so I'm gonna set this to 80. Okay. So I think this looks better. We can also get them here at the center, which is pretty cool. That way we don't have to worry about the extra space, because check it out. If we add them here, there's 0 pixels. Over here, as you can see, there's the red line indicates the start of the container. But on the right side, we have this whole block. So we're not going to do that. We'll just put them at the center. Yeah. Cool. So there are our framework cards. Let's see 16. Let's see how 16 looks like. Yeah. I believe this is 16 as well. Yeah. Okay, so Figma has a wrap. This and this can be changed as well. Cool. Just gonna not set it to auto, but like get it back to 16. Okay. And the height of it is going to be hug, but this one's gonna be fixed. Cool. Aside from from these, I think we should have, you know what? Instead of errors playground, check this out. I'm gonna do a slide and like an explosion. This is the errors playground, okay? And now we can bump up the font to like something like 64. There we go. There's our logo. Errors playground. Nah, 64 is way too big. 48 or like 40. Let's keep it to 40. I'm thinking about putting stuff here to explain what this page is, and to also, yeah, like a CTA, right? Let's see. Welcome to the Errors Playground, man. Now, since this is gonna be like the title, we'll keep this at 32. I'm gonna add a text here. It's like a regular body of 16 pixels. Yeah, I'm going to just put a bunch of words together, but I don't think this is going to end up in the actual project at the end. Okay, so this project is like the Wikipedia for errors. It lists frameworks along with known errors that happen within them. It is an open source project, so contributions are welcome. So I'm gonna place this as like the in the middle, but let me just try to find the middle first. Is this the middle? No, that's not the middle. There's the middle. Right? So all right. This project is the Wikipedia for errors. It lists frameworks along with known errors that happen within them. It isn't happen or occur. I don't care about SEO right now. I'm gonna fix that later. That happen within them. It's an open source project, so contributions are welcome. Maybe we can also add like one button that says contribute, you know, contribute on GitHub. So I'm going to auto layout this. It's not inside. Oh, damn it. Okay, doesn't matter. There's the, let's give it a background. I'm gonna grab the violet. Gonna grab the violet now. 6 pixels of corner radius, and also, okay, so there's our button. Contribute on GitHub. This has 12. This has 24. I'm not gonna, like, this is going to be the CTA. Maybe you know, I guess it'll change. But for now, let's keep this as like a call to action. And then we have our list of errors. Let's figure out this spacing first. So I would add 96. Let's go with 96. Let's go half in this case, so 96 divided by 2 is 48. See how lazy I am, or like we've become. We need a calculator to calculate that trivial. Okay, so there's the. I don't. Yeah, nah. It doesn't sit well, so I'm just going to go with 72. Okay, and then at the end we want to do something like a copyright. Let's see, I don't know, Sentry.io, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So regular. This can even be like, I don't know, 12. And this is going to actually be the footer. So here's it vertically. And I'm going to keep it 16 pixels off the bottom. Okay, here's the layout, right? We have the call to action. We have like we have a simple explanation of what the project is, so people can, know what to expect. I have this color here, but I'm actually going to set this one to be a little bit lighter. There we go. Okay. This is like a secondary, that's why it's outlined. This is the primary call to action. We'll list all the frameworks. Maybe we can add like a section right here, or maybe we can also put it in the center. Explore errors for 40. I'm not sure about 40. 24, 32, 40. Maybe 40 is okay. Let's keep it at 40. I actually used every damn number. Okay. So we got 96. I think I messed up something. No, that's cool. 96 top, 96 bottom. We got 40. This is as tall as it wants to be, and at the end we have this. Cool. All right, so I think this is gonna work for the index page, and now we need to define the framework page. So we'll keep everything here in the navbar. We're not gonna change anything. We're gonna remove those things. I'm not sure we need to keep the errors playground, or I'm not also like provide any explanations. I think it's gonna be like self-explanatory. So we'll keep this. We'll actually remove this. And yeah, now we need to figure out how we can list different errors within this page. Let's get a sip of coffee first. Okay. I think there was a website for UI inspiration. Let me try to find it. I think I sent it to my wife. Calltoinspiration.com. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Sign-ups, pop-ups, none of that. There's a drop-down, but we already took care of that. I'm not sure what kind of framework we're going to be using, but the drop-down is basically going to just inherit the looks and the behavior from the framework that we're going to use. Cars and lists, yeah. Okay, this is cool. Like, imagine if these were the frameworks. They'll have their own icon. Right now I have the colors the other way around. Let me try to revert them. So I'm gonna get this red so I can get this at the color of the background, and I'm gonna get the background to just white. And now we have the inverse. This is way too, even like too light. Something like this maybe. It barely, you barely see any. Yeah, I don't know. I think I prefer this one better. Yeah. Let's keep it simple. I'm looking to find lists. I like this one. It's a... Can I get it bigger? Yeah. I like this one. It's pretty simple, right? We have... I'm not sure if we'll ever use this part right here, but I like how it's structured, and the lines makes it easier for me to just skim the detail on the right. This is called like the detail. So I like that one. What else do we got? This also involves other components, but I'm not sure if we're gonna have other components. There's a simple list. Maybe we'll start with like a simple list. Because I'm not sure if we'll have images for the errors. So let's actually do that, yeah. Let's keep it simple and just show. I'm gonna create a container within the container. So it's gonna be like something like this. And we're gonna place the list inside. There are going to be like lines. Or no, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to reuse, check this out. So framework card, right? I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna command option B to remove it as like a component. And this is going to be the error list item. And I deleted it. But yeah, error list item, right? So this can be as wide as we want it to. It's not gonna be in the middle, it's gonna be here. And it's gonna be horizontal. I'm gonna set this to auto because I'm gonna add like an icon over there. This part right here, we're going to keep it at 16 regular. And now there were icons, React icons. There we go. I'm just gonna find like a decent arrow. React icons, there we go. So we need an arrow. Kind of like this one. But we're gonna change the color, okay? So just to grab it and put it into Figma, I'm just going to copy this. But we're gonna use an actual. We're gonna use an actual React icon in this place, okay? There we go. And the color is going to be, let's see if this one sits well. It should have. added this. Now this is like way too light. So we need something between these two. Okay, so I'm going to pick the violet. And instead of, do we keep it? No. I'm gonna pick the lighter version. So light violet here. Cool. There we go. Right? And I'm gonna create this as a component. Of course, I'm going to add the text property. It's going to be called the title. Yeah. Missing key prop. I'm gonna hook up the content with the title like this. This is going to have the fill content size set to fit. It's got 16 auto. That's good. You know what? It's not gonna be auto. It's gonna be 16. Yeah, because it's gonna behave the same, but this way we can define this spacing between these two. And for the title, within the code, we're gonna add like parentheses. Sorry, no, ellipses, like dot dot dot. If the the title is way too long, but we'll keep it like this. And let's be fancy, let's create a variant for the state. So this state is gonna be idle, and this state is going to be the hover state. Okay, so this frame, I'm just gonna set the opacity to 0. Okay, and I'm going to grab the whole idle and just create, oh man, new prototype actions with fewer upgrades. Is this like a paid feature? Gordon. Yeah. But they actually want money. It's alright, man. If we're gonna do smart animate here, ease out 300 is like way too much. By the way, congratulations, man. You got married. Recent, like today or yesterday. Congratulations. So let's keep it at 200 milliseconds. Ease out is alright. And I'm going to not on click, but while hovering. Yeah. Okay. Here's our error list item. So let me define 1024. There we go. 1024 pixels of width, of wide. Maybe that's like too much, but we'll see. I'm gonna add auto layout to it. It's gonna be like a vertical with 16, and it's not gonna have any of the spacing. So I'm gonna add this here. Instead of fixed, I can do fill now. Wait, where is that? It's gone. It is gone. So I'm just gonna add auto layout to this one. 16 0 0. And I think this works. Actually, no. We were okay. The width changed. So the width is 463. Min width and max width. You see this? This is really nice. But let's use something more meaningful. Because I don't think 463 actually makes sense. What does make sense? How about 1024? Is this too? Yeah, this is way too wide. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually looking to try it out, the new responsive design features in Figma. This looks really good. We didn't have this back in the day. Back in the day, we didn't have. Just kidding. Okay. You know, I'm just gonna drop a number like this one, and you know, just move on with my life. So I'm just gonna double these, and like this is gonna be the screen pretty much. So if we run this, we should see like a little animation. There we go. You see the arrows? Beautiful. So when we click on that, it's going to be, we'll be taken to the actual page. And for that, we even, instead of just card by card, I'm just gonna grab all of this and take this to the framework page. I'm gonna dissolve it. Actually, no, I'm gonna do it instant. Yeah, because we're not gonna be doing anything fancy. Okay, so that did it. What else we got? I think this is pretty much okay. There's nothing extra that we can do here. So we'll just keep, you know, the title and the actual content. Yeah, I'm not gonna design that, okay? Cool, so there we go. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's an honest work. Oh yeah, use Arc. If you wanna invite, let me know. I'll DM you the invite code. Okay, you wanna try out and like use it? Oh really? Yeah, this is without any frameworks, etc. If like I would have used Kit if I seriously wanted to build something, you know, really good. And yeah, maybe we'll use, I don't know, we can use something. We can use, since we're in Astro, we'll figure it out. I think we can use Tailwind for this. So we don't have like much of the design, and we can just, you know, add a bunch of classes, and there we go. All right, you want to try it out? I think we can start putting some of the UI together. Let's see. I'm gonna go to the packages and then doc side, and I'm gonna do pnpm astro add. Let's add tailwind for now. Go for it, go for it, go for it. You're smarter than me, so just go for it. Okay, so let's go doc side, source. First, the layout. Okay. I already started adding some of these things, but I think we're, yeah, because we're gonna use Tailwind. I think it's gonna be much simpler than, you know, writing our own CSS. Like I built my personal website with just CSS, no frameworks at all, and that was like a good developer experience, but it took a bit more time. So I'm just gonna scrap all of this, and I'm gonna go to the layouts, delete this as well. Okay, there's our nav. We got SEO, and we can figure that out later. We got some style as well. This is the container. I'm gonna remove this because we're gonna use a ready-made style. So this pretty much looks okay. Like there's our container. Of course, I'm not going to wrap everything in a div. It's gonna go back here. Nav main. Within the main, we'll render the actual page, and we also want a footer, but I'm gonna define it as a component. Yeah. Let's go all the way up. Hey, Yasser, how's it going? Okay, there we go. There's our footer. It doesn't exist, so that's why it complains. But let's go and create it, you know. Components, footer.astro. I don't think we'll have any props, so I'm just going to render a div. I'm going to say the width is going to be full and the text is going to be at the center, and of course our copyright, new date, site title, all rights reserved. Not really. Let's go with this. And not the time, not all of these things. I don't know what this syntax is, but Copilot gave us this, so we'll just chill. So let's do copyright, new date dot get full year. There we go. I don't know, century.io, probably. There must be a better way for this, but I don't know right now. So I'm not gonna worry about this. So this should be, I guess, small. This was like 14 by 14 pixels. Is there like an extra small? Yeah, 12 pixels. Yeah. Okay, there's our footer. Do we have it running? pm dev should run it. And if we go back to arc, there's our copyright. Cool. So we have the tailwind configuration here. I want to change all of the text to, oh yeah, this is new Vim. I want to change all of the text to Rubik. Okay. So let's see, font style, no. Different type of font family. Customize your theme. How do we use the font source? I guess we use the font source, right? There is no, okay. So we're here. Let's do fontsource.org. We're going to use Rubik. There's Rubik. Cool. So we can do font source variable Rubik. Cool. pm add font source variable Rubik within the doc site, so not like at the top of the monorepo. And we just want to import this at the top. So let's go back, go to the source, and actually I'm going to place it here because that comes from a package. These two are local ones. Cool. And now we also need to add it. This is Rubik variable. Okay. We also need to add it to the tailwind configuration. Theme. Font family. I'm actually going to add this at the top, not here. Okay. Font family. Sans. Okay, and instead of inter, what I'm gonna do, Rubik variable, because that was the thing. Okay, let's see if that changes it. pm dev. Yep, yes it does. Font family is set. Oh, you don't see that. Font family is set to Rubik variable. Cool. Okay, let's go. This is pretty much it. I'm actually gonna keep some of the CSS because, like, as you can see here, I think we removed all of the CSS except for the custom. Yeah, except for the custom color scheme, but we had like a nice container for the code, but we'll keep it there. Okay, here is the footer. Let's move on. Let's go and try to achieve as much as we can. We have the navigation. Let's actually go to the navigation. As you can see, we only have the anchor here, which is this URL right here. Let me zoom in. Which is this URL right here, but we're gonna expand on it. So we have the nav and we have a nav and we also have a header. And let me, I don't remember that. Let's see, cd projects, cauliflower, egghead, blog. Yeah, let me see how I did this in this project. Okay, first is we have a div, then we have a header, and then we have the nav with all the links. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna add a div. There's our div. Come on. Oh, there we go. And also this one. So we have a header, which is going to be the title. And we have a navigation, which are going to be basically just the links. Let's go back to Figma. Yeah, we only have a GitHub. Cool. So let's actually do that. github.com/get-century/errors playground. We'll see if that's correct. I think it is correct. Change in tag. GitHub. Where's GitHub? There's. Oh man, no. Okay, this is the nav. This is the header. Okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see. There we go. There's the repo. Cool. Cool. Inside of the header. So first, I want to define this, and this would be this piece right here. And as you can see, we have it's a flex. We're gonna set the justify to between. There's our link, so our header is gonna be on the left side. We have these emojis and this drop down right here. I'm not sure about the drop down. It's like a component. We'll build a component for the drop down, but yeah. So flex, as we mentioned, 16 vertical. So Y should be like Y4, I guess. If Tailwind also follows that rule, the rule of force. I'm gonna set the Y to. Come on now. What is Y? So PY, damn it. PY4, not Y4. 16, there we go. So PY4, already done that. It's a flex, so we're gonna do justify between PY4. Then inside of the header, we're gonna have an H1 of the errors playground, but it's not actually going to be that. It's going to be the boom emoji and the slide emoji. Cool. What else is important? We have 40 pixels of font. Bold doesn't matter in this case. We're drawing emojis. What about 4XL? 36. I guess 5XL. 48. Well, then we'll keep it at 4. Okay, let's see how that looks like. There we go. Cool. Now this is zoomed in, so that's why we can see that. Oh, wait a minute. We also need to set the children. There's a nav. Oh, the nav has like a. Okay. Why does the nav. Where does that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna remove this style. There we go. So justify between. I'm gonna set the items to center. Let's see now. There we go. You see how GitHub is between, like, center vertically? That was the item center. Cool. That's that. There's the header, and then after this we have that little drop down thingy. But I'm not sure how we can style that. I mean, we can whip something out. Let me do something. Add cn. Let me see the drop down menu here. This is just a, there's like no carrot. Does he have a carrot? No, it doesn't have a carrot. Okay. Select maybe. Oh yeah, there we go. Select the fruit. And we have this inside. But the issue, for example, with this is that it has JavaScript because it needs to render all these things, right? Select trigger and all these things, and manual installation. Let's actually see. Yeah. Plus it's React. So what I want to do is just try to get the class name of this part right here, only on the trigger. There's the item, separator, label, content, trigger. There we go. Okay, so here's the trigger right here. It has an icon of the chevron down, and that comes from Lucid React. Okay, I'm gonna bring in Lucid because that's like the icon library. It's gonna make it simpler for us. And now I want to go to components and actually create the select.astro. Okay. I'm gonna open this, but then I'm going to create a select like this, and then I'm gonna put the slot inside. So when we use our select, we actually use that, you know, the trigger. But the options are gonna be native. They're just gonna be browser options. So this is going to have like a class. Select group, select value. Wait, no. How's the? If I just use select, let me just use this. Here's the header. Okay. And I'm gonna add an option. We're gonna pull these from, you know, using the content API. So value is React. Let me just bring in the select. And let's see how it looks like. Yeah, you see? There we go. So I just need to style it. We even have the carrot. So we technically didn't even need the Lucid React package. Okay. It's gonna be flex. We want to have like a gap space x of how many? 12? I think it was 12. 12. So that would be 12 pixels. Should be, yeah. And there's the H1 and also our select. So GD, go to definition, come on. The class. Let's see how shad defined. Height is 10, width is full, item center justify between. Yeah, I'm going to grab this whole thing and then we can see if we want to keep all of this or not. So here's what it came out of it, right? Let's see. Oh man, check this out. Shrink 0. There we go. Okay, so this is not what I wanted or like expected. So we probably want to make the width a bit smaller. What if we say padding inline and not really. Okay, so because this is a native select, we can't really control the caret. That's the issue. But I believe we need to tone down on the padding in that case. So px3, I'm just going to, damn it. Oh. px3, I'm going to have that to be px2. And this set to 1, maybe. It looks really, really, really weird, but yeah. I guess it's gonna... It'll have to do it, right? Yeah, so we have the slot here. I don't think we need anything here. And let's try to get the platforms. Here we go. And we already have a utility function for this. Get platforms. So here I can do platforms.map, get the platform, and then the fuck was that? No, undo. There we go. And then I'm gonna grab this and just bring it down. There we go. Nope. So value is going to be the platform. It's gonna be the platform. How is this? Okay. This is also going to be platform, but we want to... I guess we want to capitalize this. Because it's going to be lowercase. Okay. Yeah, right. Of course, it's not there. I guess we need to add this class of capitalized to the actual select. But let's not worry about that right now. Hold on. Platform. Yeah, my type is weak, so it only creates a new set from all of the errors within the collection, and we just return the platform right here. And because we're returning this piece, we don't actually have like a bigger object. We just return that. You know what? No big deal. No big deal. I mean, it's functional, it works. There we go. But what I want to focus on now is when we actually change that, what happens, right? What happens when we actually change that? because maybe that's not the best. Maybe that's not the best best component for this case. Maybe a menu would make more sense. Yeah. Not an actual select. 1280. Okay, so let's see. We'll say the max width, and we're talking about the 1280. There we go. We're talking about the container here. So I'm gonna add max width of screen XL, which is 1280. MX margin on the X is set to auto. And what do we got? Actually, we need this. Here. Not on the main. There we go. So we have the nav bar, or like the header at the top. And also this, and also this. Cool. Okay. We also had some padding, and I believe we already achieved that. This should be a link. That should be a link. So when we click on those, here, right? When we click on these emojis, we want to go back. Just want to go back to the index. And of course, shrink. I want to do class shrink 0 here. Okay, not here. Let's see. There we go. So if we go to React and missing key prop, and we're here, when we click on the error playground, we're actually going back. Cool. Here's our GitHub. And yeah, I like it so far. I believe we can. What else are we missing? The background. We don't have much time though. So let's see. Does Tailwind have global styles? No, it doesn't. Which means we need to add that style to our body. But first we need to register the color. And now we can define our color. Let's see, background. And this is gonna be the light one. I'm not sure about the dark one. We'll figure that out later. Background lights, I guess. Is this the one? F5, F5, F7. F6, F8. Okay, it's pretty close, right? It's pretty close. So we got the background working. What if I change the dark mode? Let's see if that. Yeah, of course, nothing changes. We need to define that. But yeah, here's the background working. What I want to do here in this page, because I think this is going to be like the easiest fix is just install the Tailwind typography plugin, this one, and just use it when we render the actual documentation. So pm add tailwind typography, see article class, and then we add this thing right here. So that would be pages, platform, and then error. As you can see, I already have a prose. So we're gonna go inside of the prose. We have a bunch of typography defined already here. The class is set to prose, and it's already gonna match LG Rose XL. I'm not sure if these should remain. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I think I needed to add it. Yeah, I need to add it down here in the plugins, and then it's gonna work. There we go. It's not working. Probably because I have all of these styles. And I guess I need to remove these. As you can see, they also use the variables, which don't exist anymore. But I'm going to keep this here. I'm going to keep the code. I'm going to keep this thing right here. Yeah. Something's weird about it, but let's see how it looks like. Okay. Missing key prop error. Yeah, I think it looks good. We'll figure out the... Let me actually open the GitHub and see how we had that defined. Pages, platform, error. Oh, prose, of course. Components, prose. Actually kept that, right? Yeah, font code, colors, border, light. Yeah, you see that? Okay, so I want to go, in this case, I want to go to tokens. And there are basically the colors. And as you can see, I already started adding violet, purple, pink, flame, all these colors. But we have other colors here. So colors light gray, F6, F8, but that's our background now, right? So we can't really use that because it won't be seen. We probably need to use just a white, because we did an inverse, invert the colors. And there's this guy right here. That one got fixed. Border light. Okay, let's see what border light means. There's the color. And we use that. So should we define these variables? There's the border. And we're also missing something. Pre-code. I think this is just the pre, not the pre-code. Yeah, that's the thing. And we also had that here in the prose. but I think I deleted it. No? Okay. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now we have it inverted. Okay, so aside from, because this is font code doesn't exist now, right? Do we have, are we actually overriding some defaults? UI monospace, yeah. So font code, I'm gonna remove these because these are already defined. There we go. So this should, I'm not sure which font. UI monospace, okay. We probably should use either Rubik mono, because there's like a mono version of Rubik, or something else. There's our code. I think we have too much padding. I would prefer it if we just keep it as a 4. Yeah. Cool. Okay. There it is. I'm going to see if this actually... No, this should not cause any issues. So, color, blue dark. We don't have that. We don't have that. So let's actually... You know what? We might as well bring back the tokens file. Right? Because this kind of worked. But not all of them. Let's do that. So, source. I'm just going to create tokens.css. And I'm going to paste this here. Without the layer. Okay, so we got the colors. I think it's going to be much simpler that way. Background. Now we have this change. So the background is going to be colors light gray. Okay. And when we are, and also font sizes, we're not going to be doing that as well. This as well, screens and typography. We have the pros going on, so we don't want to change. Yeah, we don't want to change these. So I'm just going to remove them. Cool. There we go. So I want to add this to the layout. And we just need to import the CSS, nothing else. Pages, content, so I can do tokens.css. There we go. Tokens.css. Save it. And when we go back, we can also see the blue, you know, being picked. But I want to go to pros.astro and actually change that. Instead of blue dark, I want to change it to violet light. Because I think it's going to be much better. No, it's not going to be much better. What about pink? Can't see it here. Yeah, let's keep it as pink. Okay. And the font looks, I think, too thick. But I'm not sure where the weight comes from. It comes from pros. Font weight 400. I would rather keep it as like 400 instead of 600. Okay. So where's the pre-code? There it is. Font weight. I'm just gonna say 400, and that's it. Did it change? No, it didn't change. It got overridden. There we go. It's the 600 one. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Probably here. right? There we go. Okay, cool. Cool, appreciate it. This article, I guess for every page we should like leave some spacing. $54. Let's actually go with 54. So I'm not gonna control it here. I'm gonna go back to pages. No, I'm gonna go back to the components. No layouts, main. There we go. So main, right here. I'm gonna say py something that has 54, and that would be, it says 56. Okay, let's also change this in the Figma. So 56. There we go. Okay, errors playground. We're gonna make the oh yeah, we definitely need to do that. So I'm gonna go back to the pages index. We have the main layout. We have the platforms grid. I'm gonna remove this styling right here, and we'll figure it out. But main layout. Should I be doing this? Yeah, let's actually do that. I'm gonna set the main to be min. Actually, nah. I'm gonna set the body to be minimum height screen, and it's going to be a flex box. So I'm gonna add flex and flex call. What's going on? Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna say flex 1 to this thing. There we go. And the footer needs some padding. So I'm gonna do py4 because I think we added 16 pixels of padding. Yeah, we didn't add it in the frame, but it's about 16. So here's the footer right at the bottom. Here's the header at the top. Nothing changed, but now the main takes up pretty much at least a full screen's worth of height. But that's just the minimum, right? If we go like this, we can see that it actually scrolls. So we have the footer at the bottom. Yeah. Okay. We did that too. And what else are we missing? We're missing the content on the main page and also the list here for the frameworks. Okay, but I think we are at time. We just grab a quick sip. I think we're at time, so we're gonna continue this next time, okay? But overall, this is the simplest layout that we can do. Of course, I'm not a designer, but I think it looks decent enough. Yeah, we're not using any frameworks. We're not using any, UI kits or anything like that. So, and I also don't want to put a lot of focus on like the UI design, because if it makes sense, if it's worth it, or like if we need to, I'm gonna get help around with that. So I don't need to invent this. Okay. Yeah, and I believe we're done. Thanks for watching. I gotta go now. I have a bunch of meetings, but yeah, see you next Wednesday. Okay, take care. Bye bye.